Hi all. In this video, we are going to learn how to configure ZAP tool with your Postman. Basically, ZAP tool is can be used for doing security testing, and there are so many uses of ZAP tool. I have used this tool for for testing security aspects of any applications or any API. For that, I have used this ZAP. Basically, this ZAP tool is one of the product of this organization OWASP. It is a foundation which basically work on the security areas. Okay, and one of the product of OWASP foundation is this ZAP. That is why you can see here you can see that OWASP ZAP is the title of this page. Okay, what you can do, the first step would be download this tool as per your OS. Let's suppose if your machine is Windows 64-bit, you can download it, or if you have Linux machine or Mac OS, whatever, there are so many options. You can download it and you can install it on your machines. Okay, I already have installed it, so what I did, I just installed this software. Okay, nothing else. Okay, let me delete it. We will start from the fresh, and you will come to know that how and what configurations is required to to make it usable. Okay, first of all, to configure it with the Postman, what you can do, you can just click on this options and go into this file menu. Okay, here you will see settings options. Okay, in the settings, there are some there are some configurations which you need to do. Okay, first of all, just install that ZAP tool, and the second thing, disable SSL. Okay, I think it should be. Okay, let me search it. So here in the general tab, SSL certificate verifications option is there. Okay, first of all, it will be on, so make it off. Second thing, click on this proxy tab. Okay, scroll down here. What you can do, you can click this one, this options, add a custom proxy configurations. Just select this options, and what you can do, you can select this HTTP and HTTPS, because some of the APIs will be having HTTPS protocol, or some of them would be having HTTP. I have provided local host, and the port number is 8080. You can provide any port number if available. Okay, and here also you can provide IP address, but if you're using it on your local machines, so you can give localhost. Okay, if this is done, then close this window. Okay, so what you need to do, the next task would be, this is your ZAP. Just open in window machine. What I will do, I will type ZAP. So the version is 2.12.0. So this is coming. Once I click, this tool will get open. Okay, second thing, in Postman, just hit the API. So I'm using dummy APIs, which is request.in, and this is just a get call. You can use this tool, ZAP tool, for get, put, post, delete, any kind of operations you can do. Okay, so I will tell you how to use this. The moment I will hit this send button, the API execution will happen in Postman, and all those traces will go into this ZAP tool. Okay, let's see. Once this execution get completed, so here you can see that the status code is 200. Okay, and this is my response. This API is working fine. Now I want to test security aspects of this API. What I mean to say, I want to test if this API is secure or not, if this API have some security issues or not, if this API have some security bugs or not. Okay, if that is the requirement, for that reason I'm going here in this ZAP tool. So here you can see that under the sites, I'm seeing HTTPS colon double slash request.in, means I have I'm hitting this service of this request, and here it is giving me a detail. Okay, I have hit get call. Okay, now let's hit this post method. Okay, I have a post method as well. In your case, it can be any API. I just hit this post call. So here you can see that post call is history of that API is coming here under this API. Get call, the first one, post call. Now let's suppose if I'm hitting this put call. So here you can see that put call is also coming, like whatever I'm hitting here, you can see that get, post, put, all those histories are coming. Okay, this was for get calls, so 200 is status code. This was for 201, means I have created something, so that is a 201. This is put call, means I have updated something, that is why it is saying 200, means okay. Here you can see that the time, like how much time it requires, like 550 microseconds, 414 microseconds, 12.1 seconds. Okay, some of the basic details you can see here. Okay, now the next task, I want to test this API, get call API. Okay, if this API is secure or not, or if this API is having any security issues or not. If that is the requirement, what you need to do, just, and yes, you can do it manually and you can use your own logic for security testing, but this tool is very much capable of doing all kind of security testing. If you are a tester, I don't think anything else would be required for doing security testing of any API. I think they have provided so many options. Okay, what you need to do, just right click here. Here you'll see attack options. Okay, I just want to do active scan, means a scanning of this API, if this API is good or not. So it will do lots of scanning. I will click here. Okay, it will ask some of the details like policy and all. If you have own policy, just select that. If not, then just click on this start a scan button. The moment you will click, you know, start a scan, it will call that API multiple times using, using using some combination of like promotion and combinations. You will try some of the, random things with the API, and it will generate, the report, like if this API is good or not. Okay, okay, let's see what happened. Hello. Yes. So w- I have hit this get call, put call, and post call. Okay. So under this API, you can see that those details are coming. Okay. Now I have deleted that put and post call. Okay. Let me hit it again. So here I'm just hitting this post call and put call right now. Okay. What we have put, post, get, and here inside this we have a put method. Okay. What I will do next, or for doing security testing, what you need to do, just do right click on this options. Okay, here you will be able to see that attack options. Okay, now click on this active scan. Here it will say if you want to select any custom things, or if you want to do any kind of configurations, you can do that. Okay, now I'm just clicking on this start scanning. Okay, here you can see that for get call, it is hitting the API using some, combinations, like it would be doing some kind of security testing, and it will generate the report. For, post call also, it is hitting the API. For put call also, it is hitting the API. Okay, here you can see that it is hitting that API again and again, but using some combinations. Okay, it would be validating the query param, it would be validating, authentications, authorizations. It would be sending, like it would be calling this post method without body, with body, like whatever combination could be, or whatever condition you can imagine, it will hit those combinations. Okay, the same API will be called using multiple combination. Here you can see that this get call, it is getting called again and again, but here in the path you can see that so many new things are coming. Okay, now right now, here you can see that here you can see that it is, the status is just 15%. It will take 10 minutes or 5 minutes, depending upon your API, but after that a report will be generated. Let's wait for the execution. So 30% execution is completed, and still execution is going on. We will wait for couple of minutes so that we can see like what is happening, and what is the status of this API. And there are so many other tools as well available in the market, but I would suggest use this OWASP ZAP tool. It is very, it is very good. There are so many other things you can do using this tool. Let's suppose if you want to, explore, or if you want to do it some manual security testing, you can do that. And there are so many options. So if you see here, just below this file options, standard mode is there. There are some mode, safe mode. It will hit the API with the limited, limited combinations. Protected, again, you can see, you can think like this is a level 1 kind of testing, level 2, level 3, and level 4. If you are using attack mode, this would it will hit your API 100 times or more than 100 times, using, multiple combinations. So I have, for right now, I have used this attack mode. And if you want to see how many times it is hitting the API, in the report you can see that this is the ID. Okay, now let's see. Right now the ID is 703, means this get, post, and put call, those three API has been called these many times, 735, 743. Okay, at the end you will see this tool is hitting that API more than 1,000 times or 2,000 times, depending upon, complexity, or depending upon the functionality of your API. Automatically it will, identify, and it will do the needful job. So it is hitting get call, post call, put call. And once this execution is completed, you can see the reports, in one shot, like is there any bug. Is also, it will tell you like this API have these issues, like instead of, let's suppose, if developer have not provided, token for that API, and if token is required, okay, it will tell you that this API, the token is not provided with developer, and it will give you complete details, like what is the issue with the API. While logging the bugs, what you can do, you can provide those details, those logs, to the developer. Most of the time it may happen that you are not able to, identify like what kind of issues it is. In that case also, I will suggest you, raise those concerns and raise those issues with your developer, discuss those issues with your developer. If developer are not, getting that issues, then talk to your architect. Definitely security issues should be taken on high priority. Here if we can see that execution is completed 45%, another 50% of 55% is remaining. It will take another 5 minutes. And once this execution is done, you can export this result as well. Here you can see that the ID is around 1338, means 1400 times it has been executed. And if you want to share security reports, like consolidated report of this scanning, what you can do, you can this click export button, and it will export the results, and you can share those details with the respective team member. Okay, there are some options here. Okay, alerts. Let's suppose if some issues are there with the API, and if those issues are of high level, it will generate some kind of alerts. Those will be visible in the inside this tab. Okay, here in the history you can see that these are the history. I have it get call, post call, and put call. So it is just a history tab, and in the active scan we can see that our execution is going on. Okay, and this tool can be used for, any kind of API testing, any kind of security testing. Okay, what happened? Still it is going on. Now we can see that 100% execution is completed, and the last ID number is 1924, means almost 1900 times this tool have hit this API on, request.in. This was the dummy API, so that is why I don't have any issues. But in your case, it may happen that there would be some limitations, like you don't have permission. You will not be having permission to execute the same API this many times. In that case, what you can do, you can ask developers or your manager for approval. If they are okay, then it's fine. But don't hit this API randomly. Okay, there are some APIs which is which is chargeable. Let's suppose if you are calling an API, so they will be charging some, if you are using any third party API, they would be charging some money for that. And if you're hitting that API this many number of times, definitely it is going to, it will be it will be very costly. Now, once execution is done, I will go in this alerts tab. It has generated some kind of, alerts. The first thing is cross-domain misconfigurations. What it is saying, this get call have some misconfiguration issues. So here you can see that the details already, it is providing me details like this was the URLs. Risk is medium, confidence is medium. Okay, parameter which I have used was attack. Okay, now it is saying web browser data loading may be possible due to cross origin misconfiguration on the web server. Okay, it is also giving me some solutions like ensure that sensitive data is not available in an unauthorized manner. Okay, okay, why this is saying like this? Because this was a dummy website and this is openly available in the market. That is why it is saying, and this API do not require any kind of authentication or authorizations. That is why it is saying don't expose sensitive data. Okay, so this was my dummy websites. So I don't have any issues. I'm just giving you, brief idea how to use this. And again, the same error message for this post call and same error message for this, put call. Means cross domain misconfigurations. Okay, server leaks information via X powered by HTTPS. So again, another kind of security issues. Server leaks informations. Now what it is saying, ensure that your web server application load balancer it is configured to suppress X powered by. Now I don't have idea like what is this X powered by. Okay, what you can do, you can discuss this issues with security analyst or security expert. They will be they will be knowing what this error message is. The same error message is coming for this put and post. Another kind of issues is like strict transport security header. So it will give these kind of details. Okay, it will also give you some of the websites or URL where you can read you know more detail about these security issues, like what is this strict transport security, what is this X content type. Okay, basically it's required whenever you call an API. You can get those details using these references. This video was just for for educational purpose. Okay, nothing else. Okay, now this is it in this video. If anything you have in your mind, do ask me your questions in the comment sections. Thank you so much.